Hey guys, you can hear me? All right, I'm just gonna wait for some people to come in. Hey Tony, Dark Star, Hippie Girl, D-Rup, what's up? Troop. All right, Trooper. Just give me a second. Okay. Here's my Hangouts. Of course, I can't find shit around here. All right. Hey Troop, I sent you the link. Gonna wait for some people to come in because I know it's the last minute, and I'm sorry. I just wanted to jump in here as I see some others are scheduled for 7:30, I believe. I've been traveling back and forth from where we are to the big city to like back and forth to hospitals with my mom. And so they're keeping her overnight at one place. So came home and decided I wanted to jump on. I've been wanting to do something for the last little bit, so I thought I'd do it now. So I just want to wait for some people to come in, and then we'll get going. Hey, Firestick, Nicholas Coppola, Scott. Hey, how's it going? Leroy. All right. Silverback. Hey, DVD King. Yeah, uh, she's pretty sick. So I don't know why I would have an Echo, Tony. I don't have anything else running. Yeah, I got nothing coming out my speakers. Of course, I gotta have a fucking. Oh, look, I'm pretty ragged, man. I gotta shave. Not looking so pretty. Yeah, thanks, Leroy and D-Rup. Yeah, she's a fighter. And I'm wearing my muscle shirt. I'm usually wearing my other shirts, not my tank tops. Yeah, I do that too, Tony. That's why when we get started and I'm doing mine, I have to jump back and forth to click in my OBS, click in Hangouts, go into the YouTube channel, mute the channel, pull the chat out. My mom is Silverback. My mom is 68. And in 1971, that's wrong. 1974, they told my mom that she had a year to live. And, well, here we are still. My mom has cancer, and she was recently, in the last 6 months, diagnosed with MS. And right now, she's been pretty sick for the last 3 weeks, and we've been going back and forth between hospitals and ambulance trips and driving back and forth. Like let's see, in the last 2 days, we probably put on 1,000 kilometers just to travel alone. But like I said, she phoned and said that the hospital is where she's at now is keeping her overnight. Oh, but I got everybody calling. And I'm not interested right now. All right. Thanks, everybody. Yep. All right, what do we got in here? We got 33. Let's go. If we get to 35, I'm going to get this show on the road. Just let me turn my phone down. Ringtone, like that. Hey, Bobby. All right, 34. So sorry this was a last minute one, guys. We decided to jump on. I was going to schedule it, and I didn't really know my schedule because traveling for taking my mom to the hospital and all that stuff and everything. And if people saw my last video, November's pretty hard for me, so it's been kind of compounding. So I didn't know when I was going to be able to jump on today, and the reason I wanted to jump on is because. Somebody asked me a question about setting up forks. I know I saw videos out there. So like getting forks, not just on your Android device, which is pretty easy but to put it on a PC. So I was going to quickly go through that because it's super simple to have numerous builds on there. And then when we go to put an additional build on my PC, that's what I'm going to install the newest build from Supreme Builds, which is called Supreme. Lee released it. I don't know if it was today or last night. So I'm going to take a look at that live. Thanks, Sean. All right. So I don't know. Let's see. What do we got here? I got my screens up. Yeah. Yeah. So everybody knows, and if you don't, what a fork is. Now, a fork is just a copy of an APK that has been modified in its code in that to install in a different location or in the same location as other APKs, but with a different name. Like because you've come across where you've example is if you had Terrarium TV installed and then you downloaded the earlier versions of Cyberflix and you went to go install it, you either got a parse error or you got an error saying an application of this name already exists. That's because it was installing under the same name. So a fork is the ability to have multiple, when we're talking about Kodi right now, is multiple builds of Kodi or multiple installs of Kodi. Now, I just want to see if I can bring it up. Just give me a second. Because I do everything on a PC, I have to run BlueStacks. And we all know how wonderful BlueStacks likes to run. Let's put you over here in this one. Wait for that bad boy to start up. Oh, you son of a beggar's wife. Just waiting for it to start. All right. Give me a second. I'm So I just have to adjust some things because my fat head is taking up so much room. Okay, now what do we got here? Let's add, what do we got? Let's add a window capture, eh? Okay, so what do we got here? We got people in here. Wow, ooh, that's a big jump. Okay, so for those who came in a little bit late, sorry that we're doing a quick show. There wasn't a lot of lead time because I've been running around doing some hospital runs with my mom. So I decided to do this. And as the description says, I want to go over multiple instances of Kodi on an Android device, like for forks, and then we're also going to show how to do it on a PC. And then once we do it into the PC or in BlueStacks here, depends how it runs. I want to I'm going to install the new Supreme build from Supreme Builds, and just quickly go through that. So what I'm going to do is just let me switch and see if I can do this properly. All right, let's see if I don't muck this up, eh? All right, my big head. All right. Ooh, yeah, gotta love that blue screen. Look at that. Oh my goodness. All right. Oh, there. Just play with that. So as we can see on here, this is just BlueStacks. So with BlueStacks, if anybody goes and all right, Troop, no worries. I use this because I don't have a video input for an Android device, so I'm just going to do it on BlueStacks, and let's hope for the best. Hey, Truth, Diva CEO. Trooper has the link if people want to join in. Let's do 348-hour trial giveaways. Well, Bobby, are you talking your IPTV? But right now, let's just do this. Come back to me with that, Bobby, and we'll do something for show. Okay, so because I don't want to take up too much time, because we do have I can't remember who's going on later. I think it's Super Dell, and I do not want to cut into that time. I believe it's at 7:30 my time, so 45 minutes. So the purpose of this one is last minute is we are going to go through installing some forks. So right off the hop, Android device, wherever you get it from, I like to go right to the source. So I'll go to open Chrome, and let's see if I already have it on there, which I do not. Is I just go to Kodi.tv. If I get a lot of flashing, people let me know, because if it is too much flashing, like the whole screen itself, then I'm going to change to the, what do you call it? Hangouts. Wow. Okay. Why am I missing the downloads? That is because I am it's a lot of, I don't know if it's me. I don't like that. So choose your weapon. So on this one here, we're going to choose Android just to download it. So once you go to download on here, you have it on your device. You can go and click on it. I've already downloaded it, so I'll just use ES File Explorer. Yeah, with ES File Explorer, just allows you to find it like here. So see what I mean? And we'll go and do an install. Oh. That's interesting. I love how this, whoa. Sorry, folks. It flipped it way over here. So hang on, let me bring it back. Son of a beggar's wife. Oh no, so you guys can still see it? Oh, that's okay. Just let me make an adjustment over here. All right. So this is installing, so let's go ahead and install. All right. So press and done, and then we can get rid of this. Like I said, I'm doing it in BlueStacks. So it'll put Kodi on. So just like any other time when we go to install Kodi, or install a build on Kodi. All right, there we go. So always when we're starting with a fresh Kodi, we need to go into the system settings. We've got to go to the add-ons. We got to enable unknown sources. If you don't do that, when you go to install some add-ons or anything that's not vetted by Kodi itself, then you will get issues. So right from here, I'm going to be dealing with our builds in the Supreme builds. So just for shits and giggles, I just put there. I know that, but I have had no luck for just a plain blank fork of Kodi. We'll get to that right away. This right now, Luella. Yeah, this for right now is we're installing the main the main Kodi that you would have on your system. So we're going to do that, and then I'll show you about a fork. And this is our Android device. True.
What's going on, brother, man? Sorry, man. Sorry to hear about your mom, man.
Yeah, me too. It's been really hard, and this coming up, like I said in my video, this coming up with the anniversary of my son, it's taking its toll, that's for sure. All right, so out of this one here, we're going to install, of course, as the main one, as we all should, Juggernaut, or you can install the Trooper build. And I already have this installed on my system, but I wanted to go through a quick install. That's the only thing is that I don't like. In BlueStacks, it gives me where it says the install was canceled, but it's not canceled. But let's let it do its thing. And what we're doing is we're just installing the base one again, like I said, Luella, and then within the Supreme Builds Wizard and some other wizards out there that they have forks. We do have in the Supreme Builds Wizard a blank fork that you actually can install and install any build that you want on it, then reinstall another one. There's in our server itself, we have a forks section, which we will get to. Hey Lobo, thanks for coming in. Sorry guys, I had to switch screens, so it's not. Here's my camera. I'm looking over here for right now, so no disrespect to anybody. YouTube respect is because this is where my chat and everything is right now. All of a sudden, and I didn't want to mess with it like last time and have people disappointed. Just obvious shit in the bed. So while this is installing, what's up, troop? How was the weekend?
Nothing but work. Work. My weekend is Wednesdays and Thursdays.
Yeah, I had with my mom. I've been off Friday and Saturday, Sunday, and we put on like over 1,000 kilometers today alone.
Wow.
Yeah, just been traveling and stuff like that. And then the hospital said that they're keeping my mom overnight, so I decided that I wanted to jump on here. Not very much lead time, but I had I can't remember who it was. I think it was maybe Tony. If in the chat was telling me about hey Lawrence, asking about putting forks on a PC. So I'm just showing the quick way to do it in on an Android device, which a lot of people already know. But when you know what you can do with it, putting it on there, that I'm going to show quickly on the PC. When I do it on the PC, Lee Supreme Builds, we released a new build. So we're going to quickly look at that before we everybody jumps over to Super Dells. Super Dell goes on at 7:30. Well, 7:30 my time. So in like 35 minutes, right? Did you lose me, Troop?
I'm here. I'll tell you exactly what time is going on. Hold on. Damn computer be giving me problems off the day.
So as we can see, I just did the initial install, and when we always do a fresh install, even if it's an update and you do a fresh install, let it boot up, let it do any updates it's going to do, especially those if you're doing builds from anybody who runs wizards, because they'll be running most of the time the Aftermath wizard unless it's a custom, and it'll go through its add-on updates and clearing of packages of thumbnails, things like that. So once we're up and running, I just want to.
You got 35 minutes, Jug. 35.
All right. We can do this. So what I do want to point out to everybody, I'm just seeing if the wizard is popping up. So is those who are using like Real-Debrid or Premium Eyes Me or whatever, all that, any enhancement to getting links for their Kodi, make sure that you go in and you have a wizard. Make sure you go in and whitelist if you're adding any username and passwords or your IPTV services, things like that. Because when you do a fresh install, it's going to wipe that out. So then what's going to happen is you're going to get when you go to use your IPTV service, let's say Limitless, Gears, or anything else that's in Kodi, and when you go to start it back up, your username and password is going to be gone. Now, I got to point out that in Juggernaut, Titanium has it. Juggernaut, I do not have an IPTV paid service section anymore. I took it out. It's a lot of the services are going APKs. I will be doing an update to run the APKs inside of Kodi if people choose to do that. Me, personally, I love Kodi and obviously love my build, but if you can use APKs, use them outside of Kodi, because that just means you're just putting that much more taxing or your system. All right, so in here, So once we're in the main menu, we have the SB Wizard. Now, for the Supreme Builds Wizard, it's an Aftermath Wizard. We can go in, and the reason I have to do this in BlueStacks because we need to go into the APK installer. Now, on a Windows PC system, you will not see that function because it detects that you're running a PC, not an Android, and APKs are Android specific. And inside here, so you can see you can get the official Kodis, the official SPMC APKs. No, whatever. So in here, the Supreme Builds Media Center forked. See, we've already installed the Juggernaut, but you can get in here. And this one here, the Supreme Builds Media Center, is a blank. So you can install this and then install in there whatever build you want. Any one of these builds or things like that. So that is, we'll go ahead just as long as it's running fast enough. I just don't want to sit here for 10 minutes. All right, hey Tim, Luella, yeah, you get working on that Jeep. This will be here for you. That's what this one is about: is forks and getting a fork. Right. So those who have joined us, what are we at? We're at 56. I don't know if we've lost anybody and they've come back. Just installed a base Kodi with the Juggernaut build, just like you normally would. Now we're installing from our wizard a blank fork. This is just to quickly show that it is easy enough to get. And what I'll do is I'm going to take this. Oh, I already just did it. And of course, I'm trying to install it again. I'm going to take the SBMC fork from our wizard, and I'm going to put it up in my file link, which and every thumbnail from every video has my file link number, and inside the description is again the number and my pin code. I do, of course, want to point out that sometimes in here in BlueStacks, when I'm running, because I'm running an emulator for Android, the wizard acts a little bit different. Like it'll say I canceled something when I didn't cancel. I just started noticing that. But okay, so we installed the Juggernaut build, went into the Supreme Builds wizard, and went into the forks and downloaded a blank fork. So what we're going to do is we're going to power out of there. We're also going to get rid of File Explorer. So as you can see, there's the original Kodi we put in, and there's SBMC, which is a blank fork. And because it is from us, there's going to be some branding in there, which doesn't hurt anybody. And you go through the same steps. So you'd be going through the same steps, which I'm not going to go all the way through. You can rewind the video and take a look, but it's just like you're installing a build, and you want to, and you're doing it on a fork instead. So you're going to put your repo in. You're going to do things like that. That is, and it'll give you here, like that's what it will, you can do that numerous times. That gives you the blank fork. So people use that to install whatever build you want. In our build, if you want to use more than one of the Supreme builds, there's already forks ready there. Like I have Juggernaut. I could have went in there and downloaded the titanium fork, the Celex fork, things like that. The blank allows you to install a build that you want on there. The Trooper build, example, or the DST build, or the I need that build. I mean, of course, there's so many out there. But that there, before I leave the Android part, does anybody have any questions? And if anybody out there wants to jump in on the panel, hit up Trooper for the Hangouts thing. Are you there, Troop?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, just hit up Trooper. He has it. But I quickly ran through this because we've beat the shit out of doing forks on Android device over and over and over again. So I want to get into the PC. But again, does anybody have any questions of this? Type the question. I'll be glad to answer it. Just gonna take a drink of some water. All right. So since I don't see any questions come up, understand. Once again, any of the Kodis you download, if you want to install a fork and not using a build that has a wizard and they have a standalone fork, you can, after this show, get the SBMC blank fork from my file linked store. It is not there yet. I'm going to do that after. So that being said, I'm going to exit out of BlueStacks. Ooh, blank screen. Where are we? So before I get into Giorgio, I like them both. I use Giorgio's asking, what do I like most, APKs or builds? Both. If I want to be totally honest and actually fix my screen, wow. Excuse me. If I want to be totally honest, that there. Oh, I didn't set everything up properly. But anyways, if I want to be honest, is if I knew what I know about APKs now, I would not be so split between Kodi and APKs. Because APKs now, especially with the creation of Terrarium TV, then the left, and now the resurgence of so many other ones that are doing the same job and more, where you can get your movies, your TV shows. There are APKs just like that will do live. If you have an IPTV account that has an M3U, you can put it into FreeFlix HQ or FreeFlix Live. You could actually put your M3U into VLC player just on its own on a PC or Android and have all the channels. You won't have a guide or anything yet, no EPG, but you can have everything. So right now it's a split decision between the two because I love what I can do with my with Kodi, and I definitely love what can be done with APKs. The reason that I stick a lot with Kodi is because I don't like to use a lot of APKs on my devices. I only have 3. And the rest, everything I do through Kodi and with it. Okay. Sorry, folks. Give me a minute. This is my mom's doctor.
Yeah, pick it up. What's going on, my peeps? Smack that thumbs up. We got 56 watching. Come on, 35 thumbs up. Smack them up. Come on. What up, Tim? What up, Bobby? We got Leroy in the house.
All right. Sorry, folks. That was my mom's doctor. So yeah, that's about it. Somebody asked what software I use. I use Hangouts to join us together to have a panel. The background is just animated movies, and then I create the overlay. This is then brought together with OBS. OBS is the OBS Studio is what I'm using, the 64-bit version. So what do we got here? Okay, we're done with this. We want to. So what do we want to do? We want to install Kodi. What was BlueStack? BlueStack is an Android emulator for PC. Tim, there's plenty of them out there. I just like BlueStacks because I have a powerful enough system to run it. It can be hard on a system if it's not powerful enough. So you can use Nox, you can use KO Player. The only reason I like the BlueStacks is because with Nox is set at Android version 4.4, I believe, which limits that you can't run 17.6, and you won't be able to run 18 on there on an emulator. Right now, BlueStacks 4 is, I think it's a 5.1 because I can run Android 17. I mean Kodi 17.6 on there. Dave Bones, what's a good Android box for streaming movies and TV shows? 2 gig of RAM. For the price right now, I wouldn't go anything lower or less than a 3 and 32. But that's my personal preference. If you want to go with 2 and 16, Phil, like obviously there's plenty of deals out there, but between Amazon and even Amazon and sometimes on Vipon, GearBest, Walmart, when they have the Mi box, the prices of some of them right now, like they had a sale on one, with a T95, or one of them was a 3 and 32, for under $100 US. Sorry, under $100 Canadian. So that's like what, a dime in US? Or a dollar sucks crap. All right, let's see what we're gonna do. I got this all over here. So just give me a second, folks. I just need to readjust my windows, and then we're going to do some PC. It's some PC fortune. Okay. All right. Mm-hmm. So just moving things around because we went through the Android. So what we're going to do is we are going to go through and download right from Kodi, same place when we went to what I just previously showed, Kodi.tv. You can go /download. And this time, because we are going to do we're doing it in Windows to show how to do forks real quick. We are going to, yes, I am, Brandon. I'm in Canada. Let's see, desktop. There we go. Mm-hmm. Done downloading. Yeah. So while I went to the went to the Kodi.tv/download site on the PC to download Kodi. It's just give me a minute. Giorgio, I am on Telegram. So Juggernaut. I don't use Telegram that much though. I should. So while we're just waiting for this, because that it's being slow, like I said, if anybody wants to jump on, anybody at all, hit up Trooper, and we can get the link and have you jump in the panel. Because we are getting to the 7:12 mark, I want people going over to Super Dells at 7:30 my time, so that's in about 17 minutes. So we're just trying to quickly go through this. For those who are still around or anybody new, we ran through in the beginning doing an install of your main Kodi on an Android device and then downloading a blank fork and talking about where you can get pre-designed forks like mine and anybody else who makes them, but a blank fork and installing the build that you want on there. And then right now what we're doing is we're downloading Kodi 17.6 for x86 for Windows, because I had a question and I meant to do it in the last couple of days, but I've been super busy about how you can have multiple instances. So builds or forks on a PC, which can be done relatively easy. I just need to get this thing downloaded. You know what I mean? And of course, it tells me that I got like 53 seconds left. Pretty damn slow.
You home? You at home, Jug?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I'm at home. It's again, this was last minute, so I don't go through and set up and test my bandwidth and everything like that. So thank you, Gail. Yeah, Diamond. Some people were just asking about it because they didn't know how to do it. Okay, so let's just give me a second, my friends. I want to share this screen. So where are we? We are in the blue. Let's change this to. Of course not. Google Hangouts. No, that's not what I don't want. I want. There we go. No, actually. Of course, I don't have everything set up. Uh-oh, where did I put it? Oh, there it is. Thought I lost it. Thought, oh, we're starting all the way from the beginning, like a dummy. Okay, so where is my screen? It is. There we go. Let's flip everybody over. There. Sorry, guys. Doing this last minute. Okay, so what we're going to be doing here is we go ahead and we're going to start coding, and this one is just like when you're regularly installing, you go ahead and you install it into its regular spot. The only problem is I already have a Kodi installed in there. So what? When you already have Kodi installed in its default location where you don't change anything and you have it running whatever build or blank Kodi, whatever you play with, anything like that, you go ahead and install it or go ahead and use it. When you're wanting to install a fork, so a secondary version of Kodi, you go back to the original exe file or download a new one just like I did right here. Go to install it and you go through everything. So instead of going here, instead of going to the default, you can tell it to where you want to install. So what I do, because I have multiple builds, is I put Kodi on my desktop. So here, Brian desktop under Jugger, like that. We're going to erase that. So this is going to be live demo. So you can put it under wherever you want, just not the default location. And what this will do is this will install it to that folder that you want. Once you're done, you do not run it yet. And I'll show you why once this is done. Sorry, while I was doing this, I'm going to drink some water so I'm not in people's ear. Wow, I never thought that this OBS and Hangouts and everything really should kick my system. Well, it looks like I'm going to have to upgrade. Giorgio, I am in Saskatchewan. Yeah, Sean, thank you. Yeah, it is. That's why those who watched my last video, if you haven't, take a look at it. But I mean, usually the month before, if it was last year, I wouldn't be making any videos, wouldn't be on any broadcast, nothing. If I didn't realize, what's out there and learning from people like those who I thanked on there, from like Trooper to Bo Knows to like to everybody, it just it's actually changed my world. So when I have the time right now, and knowing that my mom is actually going to be sleeping well and the hospital's taking care of her, I thought I might as well jump on and do this because it keeps me busy, keeps my mind on a correct path for me. So I'm glad to be here to do this for you guys. I just hate when it's taking this long. So again, do not run Kodi. And give me a second. I'm going to drag over the folder like this. So it would have put a live demo folder. So when you click and you go ahead and move on inside the live demo folder, you're going to see everything that's in here. So first thing I do is you go ahead and click on Kodi, right click it, and then you are going to create a shortcut. This shortcut I usually put on the desktop. Oh, hang on. I forgot I'm running. So let's say here, let's say Kodi. This is the live demo exe. You can name it whatever you want to move over here because the shortcut's going to be pointing towards your install that's in there. Now we're just about done. Now, if you were to click on this, it would go ahead and run. But what you wanted to do is, if you want to do multiple instances, you can click on this and have multiple startups. What I like to do is I'll go into properties. This line here, this target line, is I will put it in call those? Quotations? Put quotations around it in order to call instance to that, and minus P. So minus P. And apply. So what this is going to do is this is when you're going to go start it. It's starting my other window, so while that's starting up, what it's done is you can see that it's created a portable data folder. Now, I want to, it started up Kodi, so it's on my other screen, so I just started the screen, so I had to shut it down. So what I want to clarify is what is happening here is you do not have to go in and put it in quotation and the minus or hyphen P. The hyphen P puts it into making a portable file structure. The reason that I do that with a portable file structure on there is if I choose to have multiple builds, which I do, is I can do it with one instance of it. So that's, for me, for builders use that where I double click on it, and let's say I installed the Trooper build, which I did for a live broadcast. We reviewed the Trooper build. So then when I was done, I renamed this portable data. Here, this one, I renamed it to Trooper build. Then when I double clicked this to start it again, it created another portable data. And that one, I did the Kodi 1. And then again, when I was finished, I named it. So what that does is that actually gives me multiple builds that I want to use for demo purposes. For everybody that you want to use this in order to have just use multiple builds, have titanium, or you want to have Juggernaut, or you want to have whatever else on there, like a Trooper build, is that you do not have to put that in quotations, and you do not have to put the hyphen P. It's because when you start it, what you do is you would do another install, just like you were doing, because you have to do that each time. It's just another install, and put it in a different folder. So you can have different folders and create different shortcuts. All the shortcut does is just, so it's on the desktop, so you're not having to actually go into the folder. So what's that? The folder cannot have any space in the name. I have not had any trouble with that. Nope, that's right, I did. That's right, because I started off by saying Juggernaut demo, things like that. So Diamond build is correct. When you name your folder, no space in there. So let's go ahead, and what we were going to do real quick, we got 5 minutes. I don't know if I can do this in 5 minutes, folks, so we might just me my fat fingers. Did I spell it right? So I'm just running through this quick because we went into detail of installing the wizard from on the Android device. I'm just quickly running through this in order to install the Supreme Wizards build that we have, and then to install the new build that we released. Come on, pop up. There we go. As you can see, we have titanium. What has been done is with the release of Supreme, which is here, is we have removed any builds that are not being updated by the developers. For whatever reason, if they're not being regularly updated, we remove them from the lineup. If they choose to update the builds, then it will be put back in the lineup. So right now we're installing the new Supreme build by Kodi Skills. As you can see, super light, it's only 66 megs compressed, 119 megs uncompressed installed. So let's let this install. So while this is installing, anybody have a quick question? I know we showed this a little bit quickly, but because of going through at the beginning, installing a Kodi and a fork onto Android device, the reference is still the same. Hopefully, if you're all watching me, you already know how to install Kodi. If not, then definitely leave any questions in the description. Once this has been fully uploaded, I'll be glad to answer them. We're going to just quickly take a look. I do want to point out that there is in here Supreme build. No, the Supreme build. Supremium. There we go. Supremium is on the premise that it has movies and TV shows, and it has everything else that you would use APKs for running with inside of Kodi. So that being said, is you need to have those APKs installed, which unfortunately we won't be able to see on this device, is because I'm installing it in the Windows. I just thought of that. I should have did it in BlueStacks so it would show the APKs that I have. So then, just like what'll happen, just like anything else, when you have the widgets, and the widgets at the top for movies, where it's pulling from there, the TV shows, which I do need to stress, and I want to say it is, and it's noted in the Supreme Builds group. This is a premium use build. That's why it's called Supremium. You need to have Real-Debrid or set up Gaia properly, whether you're using Real-Debrid or Orion in Gaia, in order to get the full functionality out of this new build. And there is no IPTV free area. There is no IPTV paid area in the build. Those are getting used to using APKs as their IPTV services. Gears, Limitless, Easy TV, all have APKs. You install them on your Android device, and they'll be picked up in by the build, this Supremium build. And again, so just in case you're wondering, like when we went to install this, we're just using the live demo. Again, no spaces in the folder structure that you choose, because this is your fork on your Windows PC. If anybody who's coming late or did not notice that this is running on the Windows, we'll go ahead and start it back up. I'm going to bring it back over. So it starts up quick, going through the wizard. So pop up. So while it's actually finishing its the wizard, where it goes through and forces updates and add-ons, clears packages, anything that, the duties of it, and now it'll update any add-ons that need to be updated since it was pushed. Right off the bat, you can see up at the top left there is a weather. So if you really, what it is here is you go down to the weather, and that you can what I've done is went down to the weather, which is under the main right off the bat, clicked in there into the weather, clicked left to pull out the slide menu system, and went into settings and into the settings for Yahoo that it's using and put where I'm from so it's warming. So quickly, this is more of just a what do you call it? I was going to say a breeze review because I saw the word breezy at the top. As you can see that it has movies, TV shows, Android apps, and right back to main menu with movies, TV shows. So movies. Oh, we're gonna have to. We'll be there soon, Super Dell. We'll be there soon.
Yeah.
So anybody, if by chance you are jumping over to the Super Dell early, then please make sure to say Juggernaut sent you. We always like to share the love, but make sure to go check that out. We're just about done here, maybe about 3-4 minutes, and then I'm jumping over myself. So again, the movies where he's got the widgets up here now, and at the bottom, if you have your tracked, you can introduce your tracked, your trending. So he has put in the different sub-menu items. I believe from in here that he is probably pulling from Gaia, if not Gaia. Actually, I think it's probably going to be Gaia. And again, with this, because it is a premium, this is based on a premium service build that it is stressed that please, please, please have your Real-Debrid set up. Oh, yeah. And when you're going through it, it's not going to function fully until you go through the Gaia setup, which you can go into Gaia and you can choose the 10-minute settings. And, oops, I kicked myself out. You can use the 10-minute settings and leave it at default and be up and running. If you need to make adjustments, there is a video done by many, but in the Supreme Builds YouTube channel, there is one on setting up Gaia. It's pretty extensive. But like I was saying, with the Android apps, so these down list here where it has cinema, so Cinema HD, Easy TV, Modro, you can have your YouTube, Netflix, Hulu, Prime Video, HBO. It already has these listed, but you will not get any widgets at the top or any functionality of these Android these apps APKs unless you have them installed. So what this is a landing page or a jump off page to activate your APKs within Kodi. So it just allows for you to have that functionality combined in a one-stop shop. So you have your IPTV services, your Netflix, your Mobdro, cinema, which is extremely popular right now. Your TV shows and your movies, these are going to be pulled by Gaia. Let's see what he has for. That's real quick. And as you can see, these are the only video add-ons that he has. So it has YouTube, which is going to provide a lot of basis for your trailers and that. And he has Gaia. So this is why this is based and built around being a premium build. So that's pretty much it, my friends. I think I'm going to give this a quicker run through, or an extensive run through on my Shield and record it that way so it shows my APKs and that, and then do a video on that. But for right now, all I wanted to do is I wanted to show you guys how to do the forks, how to have forks on your PC. And if you have any questions, if you have me on Telegram, hit me up. If you have me on Facebook, you can leave me a message, or you can message me on there, or down in the description. Leave any questions there, and I'll be glad to go through it with you, do another video, a hangout, whatever it takes, because I feel that this is a good thing to know, and thanks, Tony. Bobby Digital, unfortunately, we didn't get to do the giveaway. I do apologize. I'm going to be doing another live broadcast soon. It actually might be tomorrow, maybe Wednesday. If I do, I'm going to be putting it out in a lot more time. So definitely jump in. We'll give things away. I don't know. I don't know what else to say, folks. That's about it. I don't see any questions. Trooper, you want to say a goodbye before we jump off?
Yeah, thank you all for coming. We'll see you tomorrow or maybe on Wednesday. Hopefully tomorrow. Like, share, and subscribe.
Yes, sir. That's right. So everybody on here, just hold on. Those who do not know, where is it here? Let's see. What I do want is I want everybody to jump over to the Super Dell show. Those who do not have the link, it is right here. So when you go over there, make sure to say hi to Super Dell. Say Juggernaut sent you, because that's where I'm going. I'd like to thank everybody for coming for this fast one. And if you have any questions, like I said, about forks, about this premium build that just was released, feel free to ask. I'm glad to answer. And hit the subscribe button and share. And hey, a message from me to you, those who have seen my last video, is do not take anything for granted. Kiss the ones that you love and make sure they know you love them, because the time may come when they close their eyes and they do not see you again. And on that note, love, peace, and chicken grease.
Peace.